Pass, pick it up. Twitch drops are available, chat. We have Twitch drops on right now. So if you're looking for some Twitch drops, stay tuned. SIPTA has changed a lot since last September, thanks to the input from the community. And the developers have been working really closely with the community. And here's some points for you to... That is the most dramatic death noise I have ever heard in my life.
Hello and welcome, everyone. We are very excited to showcase you the infamous and absolutely amazing Ping Exchange. So, first of all, let me start off with introducing to you our hosts of this evening. So, I am Upshur, the COO, Chief Operating Officer of the core group and the core ecosystem. Right below me is Rastislav Vashitska. Rastislav, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am Rastislav Vashitska. I'm Chief Information Officer, and I have in charge the development and also communication with developers and our products. Thank you.
Michael, if you can introduce yourself, please.
I'm Michael Upshur. I'm the CEO of the core ecosystem platforms as well as that of Ping Exchange. And I am honored to have an amazing team that works with us and great leaders in developing and technology that is coming out of this amazing group of people. And I'm also looking forward to tell you more about how the Ping Exchange will implement itself into an evolving new world of trading.
Alfred, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Yes, hello and good evening. My name is Alfred Latschenberger. Very warm welcome also from my side. I'm glad.
Alfred, you are muted.
But not on my side. I'm not muted.
We can hear you, Alfred.
Okay. Very well, warm welcome also from my side. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for having you. My name, like I said, Alfred Latschenberger. I'm also proud to tell you a little bit today about the history of how Ping Exchange actually started. And my part here in this whole team is basically, bringing you this great opportunity so you can actually join and enjoy also Ping Exchange and be proud and listen carefully what we have to tell you.
Thank you very much, Alfred. Right, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off first with Alfred. So, Alfred, please be ready.
Thank you very much, Okat. Like I said, interesting story actually how Ping Exchange started. It should be mentioned that we started like about six and a half years ago. Meanwhile, time is flying. It all began basically, also some part of my history is to mention that quickly. I also did some financial consulting, and as such, I had clients that had different investments on different platforms, different products, and they always had to log in on different platforms. So that was actually pain in the ass. Sorry for my rude words. But if you have people, for instance, that are a little bit older and not so firm with computer systems and so on, it was always difficult for them to invest in new technology products or also different investment vehicles. So this is why when we sat together, and in the meantime, it's been like 8-9 years, guys, that I know you, Okat and Michael, my good old friends, and then Rastislav also joined shortly after. And back then we sat together and said, actually, if we do something in the future for the people, we need something where it's going to be easy for everyone to see whatever he or she invested in on one platform and make it as easy as possible to access and see everything on one platform. The next thing that also was a very critical point for me that I saw back then was that it was very difficult for startups, for new companies, not even like high-tech companies, also like a normal farmer, for instance, tried to start a new business or enlarge his business. And as such, he tried to get a credit line from a bank. It was not possible because his credit rating was not good enough. And there were other situations where I saw the same issue and I tried to help them somehow. So that was the first step that I made towards crowd investing. And from crowd investing, it's a very short step to the crypto industry to crypto financing basically. And now it's called decentralized finance. And that was also one of the drivers behind when we sat together and said, okay, we have to do something here that is going to be needed for the future if we really want to help everybody who has great ideas and effort in his, and puts a lot of effort in his job and whatever he's doing. And that's why we said, okay, that's another point why we should do something like Ping Exchange. And the most important reason actually why Ping has all these functionalities that you see nowadays is Toktoki. I will not tell anything about Toktoki tonight. We will for sure have plenty of other occasions where we'll be explaining the e-commerce platform of Toktoki and what it can do. But I remember very well when Ockard presented me this great platform and showed it to me, and we were discussing, okay, I said, okay, put crypto there. Let's start also to accept Bitcoin there. And then Rastislav back then already said, but for the functionalities that you need, Ockard, we have to do something ourselves. And the thing that we needed for Toktoki was very simple, not simple actually, but if you have now, let's say, some purchase that you make on an e-commerce platform online, yeah, you have, let's say, 5 different items from 5 different merchants, and you have to pay them in 5 different currencies. So each and every process is a buying process on its own. And that made it very difficult for everyone also to, still nowadays, it is like this, it's not possible to do it in one go. And this is why Ping also was developed. So nowadays, with Ping Exchange, you can just pay with one payment process, 5 different merchants in 5 different currencies. That is the main reason actually why Ping is such a nice, beautiful, functional platform as you will see it tonight. And basically, it is also, in the end, you can call it the initiator for our whole ecosystem that the core group is actually existing of, and it's constantly growing because of its great opportunities that it gives you. But I will not talk any further. I think that is enough from my side for a brief intro, how it got that far, why we are here tonight, where we are, and I think you all should now enjoy what you're gonna see about the functionalities of Ping and all the other details. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alfred, for that. Really much appreciated. It's nice words. It was a nice history, a little bit of memory, or a little bit down memory lane. Right, so I'm not going to talk too much tonight because I really want to get into showing you the platform, but I think it is necessary that I explain a few things about Ping Exchange itself. So let's first of all define the hybrid trading platform. So you actually have 2 types of exchanges. You have centralized exchanges, that's New York Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, all the various different stock exchanges that you can get. We even have one here in Slovakia, in Bratislava, the Bratislava Stock Exchange or the Slovak Stock Exchange. And these are centralized exchanges. That's where you buy stocks, shares, bonds. You can also do a bit of forex trading there. But the biggest problem with centralized exchanges is that they are actually controlled by third parties, which means the sellers and the buyers are third parties, which is controlled in this environment. At the same time, even though centralized exchanges have a lot of liquidity and they have extremely fast trading because you can instantaneously buy because it is a centralized environment, this does actually provide a bit of a problem, which is a central point of connection. And if we go into decentralized exchanges, now decentralized exchanges is basically crypto-based. The biggest problem with these decentralized exchanges is the speed that it has. The users cannot actually take control or take advantage of the volatility in the market, because whenever you're doing a transaction in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in Litecoin, this all takes time because you need certain verifications in the blockchain itself. Now, the other thing that we need to mention about decentralized exchanges is they do not focus on AML and on KYC. Yes, some of them have started implementing it because we actually, everywhere in different countries, they are starting to put in cryptocurrency laws and rules and regulations, and they're trying to comply with the SEC, with the regulators, with the financial institutions and financial regulation. So these things are slowly coming in, but you still have certain problems with it. Now, the same with the centralized exchanges. They have what is called hot wallets, which means funds are actually kept online in hot wallets, which are online, which is also a very risky thing to do. So if you put the two together and you use the best from both worlds, which is exactly what we did in Ping Exchange itself. Now, how we were able to do this is all because of the core ecosystem and the core blockchain network itself. Because the core blockchain network actually allows you to do digital SWIFT transacting, and as well as crypto transacting, which we can also convert in the SWIFT transacting manner. That means in 42 seconds, your funds from anywhere in the world, does not matter the currency, can be immediately available, which means you can take advantage of the speed of a centralized exchange, the security of a decentralized exchange, the anonymity also, even though we have implemented the Core Pass application, which I will get to in a minute. But the important thing is the hybrid exchange allows you to use the best of both worlds, but we still use cold wallets, which means these wallets are offline. And the minute or the second that you are initiating a trade, we do a swap. Now, we have multiple market pairs, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I'm just going to show a little bit about the exchange. I'm going to let Rastislav really give you a full tour of the entire Ping Exchange in a little while. And the last thing that I want to say, or the two last things that I want to say. The first thing is we have a referral system similar to Binance, but we like to say that it's much better. Sorry, Binance, we like you. You guys are awesome. But we sort of like had a look at how we can do referral systems. We have multiple ways on how we are doing it, from ambassadors to other referral links that you can send out. And you can actually earn directly from every single trade. When they are using your referral, you can set up your individual deals. You can do multiple things actually to allow the people that are using your referrals to earn more money, and vice versa to ambassadors and all these types of things. We have a really, really amazing referral system that we've implemented, which is, it has taken us quite some time to develop, but I can really tell you it was amazing. Actually, I have to give the credit to Rastislav. He really thought this very well through, and I think you're going to really, really, really like it. Right, and the last thing is with our hybrid exchange, we comply with everything, meaning financial regulation in a forex environment, in a crypto environment, in a digital asset environment, in assets, commodities, whatever environment you can think of, because we have the digital identity which we have implemented, which you use as a login, which protects you with AML, with all these types of securities. Because right now the problem with decentralized exchanges is naughty activity can take place because they don't take AML and they don't take KYC so heavily. But as I said, certain exchanges are doing it, and they're doing it quite well. So I got to give it to them also. But let's get into it, and let's show you Ping Exchange. Now, I just need to change the screen here. If you give me 1 second. Right. So here you can actually see Ping Exchange. And this is where I'm really, really happy to show you. So we have Rastislav's logged in at the moment. You have your wallet, you have your support, you have your trade. And of course, most of all, I want to talk about the markets. Here you can have a look at the markets. We have multiple markets from core coin, of course. We have Ethereum, we have Bitcoin, Litecoin. And here we can actually showcase you multiple markets here. And you can even see CTN is there ready for you guys. So we're going to be trading those very, very shortly. It's ready, it's loaded, so you guys can enjoy to trade it. There is no holding or there is no limit of you to trade it. The minute that it goes live, you can start trading Core Token. I will advise you not to do it though, because we have some nice things which are coming very soon. Now, the other thing that I would like to show you here is also you can have a look at the markets here. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time to load. So here we have cryptocurrency, we have fiat, we have securities, we have metals, we have commodities, we have assets, we have utility tokens, we have forex, and we have others. Now, others is stocks, shares, and bonds. So with that said, I'd like to hand you over to Rastislav. So Rastislav, if you can please take us further from here, I would be very much appreciative of that.
Thank you so much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and also our whole community. I will tell you something about our exchange, and I will start a little technical overview and then fast to the exchange itself to show you how it looks like, how you can just making a trades and what you can do in the exchange. First of all, we have three types of orders: market order, limit order, and stop order. Market order is quite easy, straightforward, and you can just compose your order, how much you want to buy from which market, and then you just fill in and execute. Then it will be executed fully or partially, depends how big amount is it. And if partially, you can just keep it there for later on, or just you can just continue with that. The same is for a limit order. You can set up your price for the order and also amount, and can be just execute fully and also partially for later on, and you can even cancel the order if you don't want to continue with that. But these orders are the simplest one, and you can start buying and selling with these limit orders. Then also we have stop order, which is more advanced. And then when you are defined when the order will appears in order book and what is the condition to execute the order. Then first of all, you set up the price when the order should be in order book, and then when it should be starting traded and stop traded. Then we have these three orders, and they are also available using our API. Then with the market categories, we have quite a lot of things to trade. Then we categorize that in multiple categories, as Oki mentioned before, for digital asset, for cryptocurrencies, which is like most common in this world. Then fiat and also forex, because we have allowance to trade with the forex. Right now we have several fiat currencies inside, and also possibility to deposit and withdraw them even with the debit cards. Currencies and digital asset exchange is also possibility, even with the creation of these assets. Who is interested and want to create one, then they can pay us with core tokens, and we can create digital assets or some kind of assets which can be placed on our exchange. With the cryptocurrencies, it's obvious, then you can list there. We will have, first of all, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, of course, core blockchain, and also we will have core token and other tokens placed on core blockchain network, which can be easily traded in our platform. Then all our tokens can be listed on our platform, and we can create a new one because we have the enough security with the ED448 cryptography and more advanced functionality with YLAN protocol. What is very interesting is auto exchange possibility. Then if you want to deposit core token or core coin, you can set up to auto exchange for fiat currencies. Then you have in that kind of deposit time when you deposited, and is it verified? In our case, it 42 seconds around. Then in this moment is also the order executed, and you can receive your fiat. We are doing KYC and identity check in our exchange because we need to be compliant with all the regulation, and also doing the stuff within the fiat environment and within the debit cards payment. Then all our identity or the people on trading on our exchange are KYC verified, and there is also identity check done. But we are doing it also with our Core Pass application, which is based on blockchain. Then your identity is checked, and you need to do it only once in our exchange, and then it will be automatically kept for your future. And is it fully GDPR compliant? And this KYC just take only few seconds, like up to 30 seconds, and you are done. Then we can connect with API. We are using OpenID Connect right now, and also in the future blockchain login, which will be the new thing in our Core Pass, and you can use it with our API. Then after you verify yourself or authenticate yourself, then you can use the API with full documentation, and also you can connect to our exchange. Decentralized application can be connected with core blockchain, because we are working on core blockchain in our exchange, and they can work with YLM smart contract functionality that is available in our exchange. Then let's go to next screen and find out how we can operate in our exchange. Okay, let's go ahead. You see the trade screen, then I will go through the trade screen. On the left-hand side, you see the current market, BTC USD, right now. And also you can start this market as your started market, and you can select which market you want. This is only one I have start. This is BTC USD, but you have other stars that you can start whenever market you want, and then it will appear here on the top. Then you have the order book. You see the current price is like quite high, but is it only test environment? Then you can see any price basically here. Is it only for our testing? We are trading, and you can see the price on the left hand side in the middle, and there is also the waiting list, and is it ordering from lowest to highest, and also in the bottom from lowest to highest down there. I mentioned before the market orders. Let's look at market order. Here is it. Then you only enter amount. You see also there can be maximum amount. Let's say put just a 1. Where is the keyboard? Yeah, 1. The keyboard is not working. Okay, not so much. 1. And now we are buying. Yeah, this is executed, and we bought 1. Then also we have possibility to use the limit order. It's taking a little time, sorry for that. And also you can define price and amount. Then you can put your price, how much is it, and I think I need to reload it a little, but never mind.
Just reload it, it's fine.
Okay, let's look. I'm sign out, and it's sign in, because session out. But you see, you are redirected to Core Passport, and you can log in. This is my account. Let's continue. I'm in, and Graph is loading, and you see. Then let's do some limit order. You see there is the current price, and I will order just 1. Keyboard is a little slow, and let's we will keep this price. Then we will buy BTC. Okay, buying is executing now, and soon it will be in the order book, and everything will be placed on the left hand side, and then also when the order is done, then you can see it on right hand side with the execution, what was done and what the order was executed there. Then you see also more advanced. This is the stop order. Then you can define the stop price, limit price, and also amount. Then first the stop price will be like when the price when it will appears in the book, and then limit price when it will start trading, and also amount. In the middle you can see there is some graphs you can see, and also volume, and this reflects you how the trading was, what is going on, and also the price increasing, decreasing. This is like a trading view for you, and you can just check your graph. You can even put there some graphs, how it look like, what will be the predictions, and you can save it as an image. There is many possibilities to work with these graphs. Okay, on the right hand side you see these categories with the cryptocurrency, fiat, securities, metal, commodities, asset, utility tokens, forex, and others. Then we can put everything to these categories, and then it can be listed. Then with this market on the right hand side, you can choose which market you want. There is like BTC, USD, ZAR, and others. You have the core token prepared here, and also some others. We can go to XCB, USD, or Euro, or whatever. And you have some orders there. If you see a little dot on the left hand side, this is my order, what I did before. And here I have one, and here I have plenty in the bottom. This indicate yours. If you scroll a little more down, you can see the open order which are already in the list, and you can just revoke, like cancel them. And also this is the order history for you, what was done before, and is it filled or not filled. It can be even partially filled. Then this is like a trading place when you can manage your trades, and we can look a little more deeper in your wallet. Then you see this is my wallet. It's quite high number. Then is it only for testing? Don't worry, I don't have so much money. And you can hide it, and then you can show it if you want. Default is there USD, but you can set up in your settings if you want to showcase in euros or in USD, and this is something you can see. Then you have your summary, and you can see all the cryptocurrencies you have, and you can hide the small ones. Then it appears only what you have with the bigger amounts. Then you can start trading in or deposit and withdraw this kind of cryptocurrencies. Then you see your balance, available balance, if something is trading already, and then the current value in these amounts, and then you can deposit, withdraw, and so on. Then let's continue to the dashboard. In the dashboard you can see a little overview about my balances, and also the market statistic. It will be visible there. In the history you can see the history what I did before in the trading. If you want to just export it or just showcase it, then you can see the amounts and what happened before. With the KYC verification I mentioned before, but I'm already verified, and you can see the verified shield there. But if you are not verified, this is the screen you will go to, and you will start your verification. Then everything will be going through the screen and will be fast, straightforward. External wallets, it's the wallets when you can add your wallet, and that he will remember it, and then you can just deposit from there or withdraw to this. Then you need just set up your wallet name, then select cryptocurrency, for example core coin, and then you can write CB and address what you want to. Then everything will be in these external wallets, and you can work with these wallets. And then next one is account settings. You can set the theme from day or night, and you can go to the Core Pass application. You can freeze your account if there is some suspicious activity, and some other things like session, default currency. This is the currency you see is a default there. You can choose something else if you want. Yeah. Okay, then let's go to the markets. In the markets, you can see some values. One more time, this is just examples. This is not the current price right now, but it will differ. Then you can expect some currencies if it's going up, down here, and also like these pairs and current price, what is there, then you can see it there and you can search for it. And also you can see like these markets here. Okay, then I want to mention that also we have the smart contract functionality in Exchange. Then that means that you can also use the YLM smart contract to execute the order, that you can deposit your funds into the smart contract, can be redistributed, and in the end it can be in the Ping exchange to the fiat or some other market pair. Then you can just deposit and withdraw all these balances. This is can be done in Ping Exchange itself. And then let's go back to the trading. I will little explain that process. Then we will design the smart contract, or you will design the smart contract. We have several smart contracts in our application, and these smart contract can be used to work with the Ping Exchange. Then you will deposit some money. The money will be split, for example, into the merchant and into the fees, and then this fees can be deposited directly to the Ping Exchange, and it will be exchanged to the fiat, which you can later on withdraw or just transfer to different account. It's possible. Then if you are just doing the withdrawal process, you can withdraw with cryptocurrencies directly. You can withdraw to the bank account with SEPA, or you can also do the transfer to different account. For this action, you need to have the KYC for a fiat, and you can do the transfers and some other things to do in these actions. Then I show you in a short how does it look like in Ping Exchange. There is plenty or more things, but I will just focus now in the referral structure. Maybe this is something of interest. Then if you are registering on Ping Exchange itself, you can register with the referral link, which will be available for everybody in the exchange. And if the user will register with your referral link, then the rewards will go to the person who registered with referral link, and also who was recommended the guy into referral process. Then everybody will get from these kind of referral links some rewards. Current scheme is set up for the person who will register using referral link 4% from fees in the trade for the maker of the order. Then the 3% is going to the referral agent, and if ambassador is involved with his communities, then we'll get another 3%. This is the scheme what we have set up right now, and we can also expand our communities, then prepare for these referral links. If we will have bigger and bigger community, you can just reach your people, just recommend them our exchange, start trading, and everybody will just get these rewards in core tokens. Then everything will be ready and you can start trading for you and use our Ping Exchange for this kind of trades. Then this is in short how is it working, and let's continue with the next topic and showcase what else we can do in the exchange.
Michael, it's you.
So tonight I'm also going to talk a little bit about the deployment of the Ping Exchange in our entire ecosystem and the drivers behind the whole principle of what we are following. So to start with, I think it is quite interesting to, it reminds me a little bit about that we have come to a sort of the end of a kind of a cycle that we see in the market, as much as video killed the radio star, I can also say that, so did the fax machine kill the telex machine, and the email killed the fax machine. So that we also come to the end of an era where all these strange platforms that you are probably familiar with. Occasionally, I assume you are all aware of the phone calls that you get with all sorts of promises. If you enter a FX trading market and you hear in the background when they ask you investment questions or in questions that want to make you feel good about the possibilities of you making money in, let's say, even this volatile, difficult times that we are actually just going through, and people, trying to see ways of earning money with, ridiculous profit offers and so on. These eras is starting to end in a type of a way by way of how we did it in the Ping exchange. In the Ping exchange, everybody who enters the exchange has passed the Core Pass platform, digital identity platform. And this digital identity connects all your digital assets and your digital attributes, and it's all connected in the platform. So, which means you always know that what you are trading with and who you are trading with, even though you don't know the anonymity, you can be assured that this has all been verified, and that is because we are using the Core Pass with its verifying system to make sure that we know that your assets are existing. Now, this assets, as you all know, we are all seeing the rise of the NFTs and the DeFis, and there are a lot of these platforms starting to take place in the crypto industry or in the digital asset industry. I think that we will see that these platforms will continuously become more and more relevant, because what we see is that, yes, we experience at the moment a lot of emotional trading around, let's say, individuals who are supporting Bitcoin or Ethereum, and people are getting excited about particular platforms, and you see this even in the NFTs, where you have certain people which are celebrities or important people who you feel that they will make a good decision, and people following these emotions. But in essence, what will happen in the time to come is that the digitization of assets will also start to drive the prices in the market, and the blockchain, which provides the security and Core Pass or digital identity, becomes the driver behind the security that protects people in a trading environment and starts to bring the reality of normal transactions, a day-to-day business which are really buying, really selling, which are really providing an ERP environment, starting to build digital assets from the moment that the bill of materials is implemented into the project process until the final moment of shipment from either the factory or whatever is actually happening from where this product is finding its way into the market. Now, these platforms, what we are currently seeing, and what like the hybrid exchange, like Ping Exchange, it provides the facility that you are able to, in fact, actually upload your digital asset as you start to build on that digital asset, and that digital asset forms a certain way of as it is built in terms of that of your credibility in terms of the market, and that is purely driven by supply and demand and your previous performance in being able to really eventually deliver that what you have said you will deliver. Now, and that brings us to the point of where we are talking about the fact that, we are starting to come to a part where these digital assets, the role of these digital assets are starting to become more and more relevant in the market, where you are actually seeing real digital assets entering the market, where it really offers a particular return on investment, bringing us to what I could call also then the development of a stable token. Now, in the previous slides, we have actually explained what the stable token is. The stable token is a token that is built around where it comes to the point where, and I will just keep it in a short way, where the product, for instance, has entered the shipping environment. So, which means it enters the logistic environment. Those documents becomes at that moment the digital asset, which will then be in the hands of a trusted third party. That trusted third party starts to enter into the environment of the custodial and the escrow part of the core of the ping exchange. That particular escrow environment provides to the client or the trader the platform, whereas he can put money into that and fraction that particular asset, and that fraction asset is able to act as a security to back a real transaction. So there is no connecting to a particular amount of money or which is backed by a stable currency, or let's say a fiat currency. The stability is backed by the transaction. If the product enters the trusted, let's say, logistics environment, and it will be transported from point A to point B, nothing in that time changes. Nothing of the value of the product changes. So in essence, the eventual exit on the other side just brings another asset into the platform, and the circle is just completed all the time. So that allows traders, and that allows in a secure environment, can exit a volatile digital asset such as Bitcoin or Ethereum into the stable environment. That person can go to sleep, or that individual or company can stop its trading for the day, and tomorrow morning they simply continue their trading, where they exit the same platform and just continue the platform from there onwards forward. Now, in that, what happens is you also have to understand that there is a lot of fiat in the real world of trading. And for that, we have actually implemented the Forex and the fixed protocol platforms, where the financial information exchange is integrated into our platform, which opens up the ability for exchanges and also that of OTC and or traders in institutional traders to actually have access to this platform, and we have integrated these protocols into our exchange, the Ping Exchange. The digitization of stock exchanges, of course, is then also following, and I want to actually probably say that we have to see it like this, that everything will be going into a digitized environment. So even exchanges will move into a trading environment such as a hybrid platform, what we have. It provides the necessary security, it provides the necessary scalability, and it provides the necessary speed that you also experience in the normal stock exchange trade markets that you actually experience. Now, if we go to what is actually the driver behind the whole platform. So we have built a platform, and it is the core token is actually forming the driver behind the payment part of the platform. So you can pay in core tokens. Now, what is interesting is this core token platform is or let's say I want to call it the integration of the entire ecosystem of the core group has a natural demand for the core token, and I can also then continue to say that the natural demand which will come from a platform like this, you also will see that as we integrate further third-party traders, we will have a further demand on the core token, which will, of course, ultimately drive the core token price to a further extent. I think we want to try and keep it short tonight, and what is critical is that maybe we should move to questions, and I don't know if we've had a lot of questions. I think this will bring also a lot of interesting questions up tonight. So let's see, Oki, if you can come to the questions.
Hi. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a Q&A. I see my mic was unmuted, so I do apologize for that. Um, no one wrote me that my mic was unmuted. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna go to the Q&A. One of the first things that I would like to address is the difference and the parallel movement of core coin and core token. So first of all, I would like to state that Core Token is the smart contract platform. It's actually the custodian of all smart contracts which take place on the Core blockchain network. Now, of course, when you have a blockchain network, it has got a particular let's say, a currency, which is the core coin itself. Now, to explain it, core coin and the core blockchain network runs on core coin and energy. Now, if you want to compare it, it is like Ethereum that has ether and gas. But what we have built inside of the core blockchain network is what we call the Tesla Tower, which has got an instant swap. So when you are paying for a smart contract, certain part of the core token actually gets swapped into core coins into energy, which then actually pays for the smart contract to be executed, which means whatever you're doing in core token has an impact on core coin. So to answer the question on will core coin and will core token have the same type of demand, well, it demands on both sides. So whenever a core token smart contract is executed, a core coin or energy is spent in the blockchain itself. Perhaps maybe if Rastislav would like to take this a little bit further out of a technical perspective, I would be very much appreciative of it.
Thank you so much. I will discuss about our blockchain technology because it's connected in the exchange as well. Then we have also different use cases like CorePay and different projects which are also connected to the Ping exchange. And if you are doing the deposits of the payments, you can do it directly to the Vilem smart contract and it can be redistributed. Yeah. You of course need to pay for any blockchain some kind of fee, which we are just counting in energy. But then you can just split the payments or you can just join the payments or do some additional functionality. And in the end, it can be received in core blockchain address in our exchange. And in the exchange, you can actually start auto execution of the exchanging the process between the tokens or core blockchain itself and put it for a fiat currencies. There is the possibility.
I would like to add to that in an aggregate demand environment where you actually see in specifically volatile times like we are actually now experiencing in a microeconomic environment, the entrance of digital assets will also demand a higher volume of trading, and this higher volume of trading will of course ultimately in terms of payment go to a platform where the Ping exchange or any of the other ecosystem products and or our third party use cases will see an increase in the demand for the core coin. But the increase is as time goes by, you will notice that the entrance of digital assets into the normal economy will have a much bigger impact in the near future, simply because of the fact that trading becomes a more inclusive and more reachable environment for everyone.
I would, there are two questions which we need to also answer. First of all, there was a question on whether Corecoin is more like energy, which is like gas for Ether. No, that is not correct. Corecoin is the currency and the unit in which the blockchain actually takes place. It's the unit in which is payable in the core blockchain. The energy is similar to that of gas, which I would like to ask Rastislav to explain the difference between Corecoin and energy. Before Rastislav explains it, there is another question also, which is for the stock market, will most companies included like OTC and NASDAQ companies? So as we explained, we have a fixed protocol. The fixed protocol is actually implemented into stock exchanges, which means you can trade stocks, shares, and bonds all on Ping Exchange itself, because we are digitizing those assets. Of course, they need a smart contract, which is executable in Core Token. And once that is digitized, then you can trade the stocks, shares, and bonds in both environments, whether it is centralized or decentralized, and that's why we built the hybrid exchange. But if Rastislav can please explain the difference between Corecoin and energy.
Okay, the main difference, the Corecoin is the unit or the currency of blockchain itself. Then if you are just executing something or you are just transferring the currency, you are using mainly Corecoin in this kind of process. And on the Corecoin we have the YLAM smart contract language, which can be programmed, and these programmed can be tokens. These tokens can be programmed. There can be behind some functionality or can be some kind of environment behind, which can be executed by running on core blockchain environment. For any transaction you are paying some kind of fee. In our case it's energy, and you need to define the right energy to make a transaction, because we are counting how much data you are transferring. If you are just transferring core coins, it's cheaper than executing big smart contract. Then you need to put more energy into the process to be executed or be executed sooner. Then this is the main difference. Then coins is the main currency of the blockchain, tokens is smart contract with YLAM, and also energy is for executing. There was another question about our environment. We are just deploying right now the sandbox environment, which will be for the people who want to test the platform and want to log in, and also will be for the future if they want to test the platform and do some API connection. That will be prepared soon, and we will announce as soon as we'll be ready in the market. But we are not doing it right now because of the security. Then be patient, and soon we will you have the sandbox account.
I want just to add to the question about the stock exchanges and the current trading platforms with the integrated fixed protocols. It's important to understand that many of these platforms that you are already seeing in the market has certain performances and where these portfolios are offered for sale. Now, this is the interesting part is of, let's say, participation in it is available for trading. Now, what is interesting in the whole Ping Exchange is that with our custodial and escrow environment, we are able to offer people who are building baskets of assets and who would like to fraction that and then to digitize that. It is actually becoming a very interesting environment, and it is specifically aimed at the current DeFi's that you see that comes into the market. And that is what I meant when I earlier on tried to explain that this inclusion of people who do a good trading and would like to sell that, combined with, let's say, for instance, our Ting platform where you could do a broadcast, show your platform, connect it to the ping exchange, show your performance, and you can actually follow that trader or buy fractions of each trade in the platform where you are seeing it in a secured environment where the custodial platform is deployed to make sure that the asset is safe which you are buying into. And that will bring far more trading and make it available to people who have not necessarily an institutional opportunity, but anybody who wants to start to build a digital portfolio, buying into good or high performance traders who are following who they would like to follow.
I would also like to address another question. First of all, there was a question, how do I get core coins?
Well, easy. You can buy it on Ping Exchange. That's the first possibility. Or the second one, you can mine it. And for that, we have great environment with small devices, IoT devices, which you can also get one of these or start with your CPU. Is it like proof of work? And we will also have soon the new website for core blockchain, then you can check more there. We'll announce that also on our community channel, then follow us.
I would also like to mention, we did post out a little bit earlier a link in our social media where we asked certain people to register on Ping Exchange to form part of the closed beta testing. So if you haven't done that yet, register on the link. We will probably post it on our social media again for you to pre-register so that you can participate in the beta testing environment before it goes public. There is so much more to Ping Exchange, which we will disclose a little bit later. But what I can say to you, there was also one question, what differentiates us from all the other exchanges? It looks the same, it feels the same, it trades the same, but there's a very, very, very big difference. The difference is very simple. We have a blockchain, which is the ED448 cryptography, which actually protects you in the encryption. Apart from that, we have cold wallets, which immediately go online. At the same time, in 42 seconds, you can have any currency immediately implemented into your wallet, which means you can take immediate action on any volatility. The liquidity, the additional peer-to-peer trading, everything is secured and everything is available. And that is why we built the hybrid exchange. Now, what differentiates us from most other exchanges is that we actually have a blockchain. The blockchain is what makes the difference. And with our blockchain, we have digital SWIFT transacting. We have ICANN addresses, which is similar to IBAN structures, which means you have checksum, you have human faults checking. If you send transactions, you can actually, if you send it to you can't actually send it to a faulty address, but if there is a mistake made, you can get your coins back. It is fully decentralized. There is no staking. We are not holding people back to actually trade core token or core coin or any of the other currencies. We allow you to fully take advantage of the exact moment that the volatility happens inside of digital currencies, of Forex, and all these things. There is no delay. If you make a transaction and you want to purchase Bitcoin on any of the other exchanges and you're using a credit card, the minute that you have actually paid, and if there is the volatility which is happening, which I can say is a very emotional market at the moment because people are listening to the wrong people of what cryptocurrency is. No offense to those that have made this proclamations or declarations, but I can say one thing. If you are doing it And if you are trading, you should be able to withdraw your funds instantaneously when you want to withdraw it, or exchange it for another currency when you want to. If you want to be kept safe, you can use one of the stable tokens or stable coins, which we have implemented. And these are real monetizable, seriously backed stable tokens and stable coins, which have real assets behind it. It's not gold backed. It's not silver backed. It's not with fictitious assets or commodities backed. It is with real transactions, real values, which are secured, which cannot fluctuate in value. And this is one of the unique things, is that you can have a day trader which can go to bed, exit from their day trading, keep their stability in their trading, and when they are available to trade again, they can exit. Very seamlessly, very simplistic, no high fees, nothing of the sort. And that's exactly what differentiates us. A lot of people ask, what is the difference? This is exactly what the difference is. It's because it's built on the core ecosystem and on the core blockchain.
I think, Hoki, you should add also that the ecosystem of the core platform is really the driver behind many of the opportunities in our smart contract platform. So if you deploy something, for instance, on the Toktoki platform, which is an e-commerce environment, it provides you the necessary trading ability and the necessary way of being able to switch between product, currency, or whatever you would like to do. The same goes also where it is implemented in our Ting platform. And then, of course, what I could say is that we are integrated with a very interesting accounting software, which at this stage is we are integrating with the Totems platform, which is an entire ERP system. It includes everything from the point of where you are able to start to build your asset, you start to put it together, and in the end, when you come to the point where you ship it, you track it, the logistics around it is all in the system recorded, the IoT devices is connected to it, and it provides not only just the tracking and the safety and the security behind your product, but it also provides you with that particular platform also the connectivity of the Luna Mesh network, which is deployed within some of these devices that are actually becoming part of the entire network of execution.
There's one thing that I would like to, or there are two more questions. So the first question is it possible to buy core coins with core tokens in the future? Yes, of course. So this is why we have the Tesla towers, which are built into the smart contracts. It's seamless and automated. You can swap in between core tokens and core coins seamlessly, as well as when you are executing a smart contract, whenever there is core coins payable, the Tesla Tower actually automates the conversion to pay for the fees within the blockchain, which are fingerprinted or whichever needs to take place. This is how Core Pass is working. This is how the smart contracts are working. So whatever fees needs to be paid, it's paid out of core token. And then, of course, automatically converted if something needs to be converted. Otherwise, if it's not needed to be converted and only core tokens are taking place, then you just pay via core tokens or via core coins. Another very interesting question which is asked is there margin trading in this platform, or do you have to be fully capitalized for each trade? I would like Rastislav and Michael, first of all Rastislav and then Michael, to answer this.
I want to mention first for core blockchain. When we release core blockchain, there will be also not only one network, is it like the main network, but it's also test network, and also there is also the possibility to use the enterprise network when we can develop the tokens or the functionalities, even the coins for big networks which can work with the governments and some other institutions which can be also placed in the exchange itself. Regards to the trading with the margin trading and fully capitalized, we have some possibility to put inside some volumes, which will be not only our volumes, but will be also some other volumes for a Bitcoin, for Litecoin, and some other currencies. Then all will be possible. We are preparing more functionality like OTC trading and something more what will be available in the exchange itself. Is it not in the first version, will be later on, but regards to our license what we have and also our possibilities, we can also start trading instantly the forex, cryptocurrencies between the fiat and also some other asset and commodities. Then Michael can expand on these possibilities.
Yeah, my colleagues tonight has put me on the spot that I have to talk now about some interesting part of the platform that is not really known to everybody, but it's maybe a time that we should start to mention the digital asset management platform of the core ecosystem. Now, the digital asset management platform is actually something like a fund management system. So to answer the question about is it possible to do margin trading, it is indeed possible to do margin trading. It is also impossible to be able in our connectors to put in the bots that people really like to mention so many times, which is the arbitrage bots, etc., because it all runs on the digital asset management platform. So in essence, what is critical is that you have to be able to manage that in terms of you could offer such a smart contract, you would have to put your margins down, and you would have to build the smart contract within the platform, and of course have participants who would want to buy into your digital derivative that you are offering. We have developed a particular part in the smart contract. It is relatively far developed. I can ask Rastislav to what extent he feels comfortable to say where we are in our smart contract environment, that is actually possible to be done. And Rusty can answer this in a few seconds. What is critical is, yes, we are able to offer you a proper fund management platform, and we are able to offer you an entire system. So even if you are a private office and would like to do an asset management, a fundraising, something similar to a digital bond issuance, this is all possible within the custodial and escrow environment that the entire ecosystem is offering, combined with, of course, War Money and its beautiful systems within a banking as a service, which incorporates things like lending as a service, which is similar to what we are talking about. So Rusty, maybe you could expand a little bit on our ability within the smart contract environment.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to mention we are not staying only there, but we are going much further. There will be also in our next project the possibility to crowdfunding your project or create new, for example, in Think, your new crowdfunding for a movie and some other possibilities. In a smart contract platform, we have the possibility to creating the smart contract connected directly to the Ping exchange. Then you can create your principle, how you want to trade in the smart contract, and then the token can be placed on our exchange. You need only have enough core tokens that we can also do all these formalities to prepare the tokens for a launch, then to list the tokens there. If it will be developed on core blockchain, it will be quite easy because we will not ask for any more finances there. Because everything is developed on the platform which is already implemented, then this token possibility is prepared for our exchange and can be placed, and depends what kind of project do you have, it can be placed inside. I think our first technical department will check if everything is fine, or if we are doing this project we can just manage it ourselves. And then also the next part will be the legal advice or the legal way how to do it, and all can be digitized or fractionized and putting on our exchange, and then you can start selling or buying within this kind of assets or the platform, which can have some additional trading, and we can connect even for MetaTrade 4 and 5, which can be traded in this kind of platform connected with our API ecosystem. We are also preparing some artificial intelligence, what will be some pro functions, and will tell you when it's good to buy, or some kind of signals, predictions, what can be on the platform, which is actually a little more advanced with our AI team that will be also implemented in little later stages. But with core blockchain, as I mentioned before, first we will test it on core testnet, then we will go for a LiveNet or enterprise, as you wish, depends on your project. That we have these 3 networks that will be executed and you can use it.
There are some more questions here. First of all, there is a question, will there also be a huge marketing after the launch? Now, unfortunately, we cannot tell you certain things because of confidentiality agreements. But what I can tell you is you will be amazed at what we are busy with at the moment, hence why we are so busy. I cannot really elaborate much on the marketing plan. All I can tell you is we have an amazing marketing team, and they are working extremely hard. We are growing absolutely. I can tell you it is amazing on how we are growing every single day. Some days we have 500 members, some days we have 1,000 members which are joining. In the last month, we grew from 1,000 to 11,000 people. So the marketing, in the way that we are doing, there's a lot of very interesting things on how we are doing our marketing. There's another question.
Can I just add
Yes.
something about marketing, which is actually quite interesting. You know, being based in Europe, we, have for quite a long time, sort of like just managed in the European market because of our awareness here, and also our awareness of our participation in certain platforms where we are operating. And recently, I can say that our marketing establishment or footprint in America has taken off like you cannot imagine. If we can say that, we have multiple use cases, we have extremely foundations starting to consider participating or entering our blockchain environment. We have multiple people in America at this stage approaching us in terms of local authorities. We have multiple companies who wishes to come on board, and as well as software groups who would like to join us and who would like to deploy their systems. Now, the integration possibilities of course, the core blockchain network, what is the interesting part is that the core blockchain network is entirely integratable with any other third-party blockchain, and or I would say also any cloud platform network within the system. And somewhere there is a very beautiful drawing which you could see actually how the side chains and or connectivity within even load balancers are operating. And perhaps Rastislav could expand a little bit about our transaction or facility or execution transaction facility that or possibilities that we have, and where we are right now in the blockchain, and what makes us really so scalable that the marketing will really come into a real world which is really growing extremely fast in a commercial environment. So Rastislav, if you could just mention a bit about our scalability.
Thank you so much. We have in core blockchain some kind of standards which are getting for the financial world. Like, is it like ICANN addresses? Maybe here in Europe you know it as an IBAN, but it's in the crypto world. then you can easily check the addresses if you did some mistake or not, and also it will be recognized on blockchain. Then you can trace the transaction if you want to track where the transaction is, if it's not stuck, which is not really possible in the banking system, but on the blockchain is it possible. And you can have also this token structure, and you can stick the, let's say, digitized currencies or digitized products, which can be running on the top of the blockchain, which have also all these possibilities. With our scalability, we are quite flexible, and I want to say we are fully open source, because we are not doing some kind of centralized way of using our servers, or we are using all the servers, the small devices, and can be also deployed on our Luna Mesh network to deploy on in the places where is no internet connectivity, and you can still run the blockchain and transactions. You can even put it on like fleets or some other vehicles where will be epidemic routing, and the information will be transmitted as soon as there is connectivity. Then all this possibility there is in the place, and we are covering the whole world. That means that we are trying to deploy the Luna Mesh network where is no internet connectivity, or is very expensive, and where is here in Europe, or where is the connectivity, let's say, then we can use the internet connectivity to use our transaction. Then within, let's say, 42 seconds, you have very fine information about your transaction, and you can stream from Europe to US or various places where you have also your identity with the core pass, and all the transactions are sent on YLM smart contract functionality, and this transaction can be traced, can be also followed, and we are putting this in the oracles. Any bank which is working with us, it's similar like MasterCard network, can connect to our network and use our services to digital SWIFT environment, let's say, and connect with our oracles. Then you can connect easily with many banks on the planet which are in our system. We are just dealing with some of them, and it will be later more. That's why that network will be stronger and stronger, and everything will be running on core blockchain network. This is some of our project which we prepare, and it will be cover the global world even without internet connectivity. That all is available.
Rastislav, don't you want to say what is our number of transactions per second that we are able to do?
Yes, of
I was
course.
hoping you will say something about it.
Yes, we are something around about 1,000. We will expand more. Why we are 1,000? Because you are asking, we are proof of work. Yeah, I will explain. Because we implement ED448 and we test it on our devices, which we deploy for testnet, and we can achieve this number. We want to expand it a little more later on with more cryptography inside, and this cryptography will be used also for bigger transaction. We have right now the aim something about Visa transaction about 10,000. This is still a big step for us, but like 1,000 is still big number if you compare with some other. We are using also some kind of other tweaks, and this number will be used in our pilot project, in our pilot system. When we release, then you can even test it on testnet, and later on you can just deploy in the blockchain itself. Then everything will be within this 42 seconds, where he will use like this 1,000 transaction per second. Then this is our characteristics on the blockchain, but you will find also more information about our blockchain on our new website, which will be deployed soon.
There are two very important questions. The first question is, when will we launch? So first and foremost, as in every one of our streams, it is not depicted by us. It is depicted on when we get our licenses. We are quite far down the line with applications for our licenses, which we have done in the financial sphere, in various other places. We have also started registering our companies. And these legal institutions do take their time. We would have liked to have been live already. As you can see, most of our platforms are actually developed already, and they are running and they are functioning. And we are as eager as you are to get them live, but we have to conform to the rules and regulations. And this is exactly why we need to wait for us to get our licenses, which should be soon. As stated, I would like to thank someone said within the next 2 months. We're hoping that it would be sooner, but yeah, let's keep it at the next 2 months to be conservative. There's also another very important question which I would like to ask Rastislav. Why are you looking so floral and so Hawaiian?
Yeah, that will be probably the last question, but before I want to mention also the thing that we are preparing the sandbox for the people. They can start testing the application. There is our next deployment, what will happen, and that will happen for all the people. Will announce that you can register. Of course, it will be used corepassport.com, that if you have the account, you will be like first guy who can start the trade. But the sandbox will be like preparation for you, how you can do. Why I'm floral? Because I like my work. I'm like on holiday.
Rastislav really likes holiday, so his holiday is 7 days a week behind his computer. That's the best holiday that he can do. What I can say is that, I have to mention that just to add to Oki's statement around waiting for licenses. There are several of our licenses, and we applied in multiple jurisdictions for licensing, and we are currently in the process of incorporation of the platform. We are securing the IP in the right environments and making sure that you as our community is safe, and that the platforms are, and that the IP is protected, and that everything is there to take care of your investment, and to make sure that we serve you in the right way as the project promoters. And I would like to thank you also for your patience and waiting for us to get this regulatory part behind us, and so that we can go live, and that we can really take the platform to the levels where we can say that we are 100% sure that our core digital ecosystem is, of course, the network which includes platforms like the Ting platform and all the other beautiful platforms that we've built, and our use cases that we've integrated with to unlock the real value for everyone. And that is basically what we can say. Thank you for your trust, and thank you for your patience with our processes that we are following. But we can assure you that we follow everything by the book and by the rule, so that there are that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, that everything is secure in a regulated environment.
I want to mention one thing. There was a question about the mining. I want to just tell you that we are supporting with the small devices. We are not centralized. We are not staking. All you need to do is just use the eco-friendly small devices with low power consumption, and this is something where we are heading. Also, there will be later on Luna Mesh. Then you can use your device for Luna Mesh network connectivity. You can do for messaging exchange and for several others. Then if you get your small device, or if you build one, then you can use it not only for a blockchain but for several other activities. Then you can also mine with the small devices with low energy consumption, very, very low. And also there will be not even one part centralized. Then you can use it as a decentralized way of handling your lifestyle.
Okay, sorry, I know you wanted to talk, but it's quite important that what I wanted to add to what Rastislav was just saying, that one has to accept that, and this comes from a question that I actually got today earlier on in a question from somebody who in America who we were talking to, and it is one of our legal advisors who we have consulted, and his question was, everybody is moving towards staking, why are you not moving towards staking? And the interesting part is, ultimately we believe that in a decentralized world, we will be able to follow the system of regulation. And ultimately, if you look at the control that is brought by staking, eventually you will find that it will not be compliant in the end with regulatory environments. And staking will be, because at the end, staking is at a control that is limited to to value, limited to quantity, and or any form of or multiple forms of a single people or let's say individuals, groups, companies controlling particular networks, and hence also our belief that ultimately decentralized environment will for sure rule the game in the end.
There was another question asked, which was in Spanish. Nosotras tenemos un equipo de habla hispana. So we have a Spanish-speaking team. I'm sorry. Yes, Alfred, you will take this. Unfortunately, my Spanish is not good. I can do French, German, Dutch, Afrikaans, a little bit of Zulu, a little bit of Sotho, a little bit of Xhosa, but my Spanish is, I only know mañana. So, Alfred, if you please.
Not that I speak Spanish so well, or not at all actually, but I wanted to mention that we're busy building up our teams and training them, so that we have in each country our teams that can explain the same things in your local language, especially in German, of course, because I'm from Austria and it's my mother tongue is German, so we have quite a good community there already. We have in Spain with Paul, in Romania, we are with Eric in the Netherlands. So we're constantly building up in each and every language, basically the teams. I just wanted to mention that. And just write to us and ask us for these groups. We have Telegram groups that have different languages. We have the people that will answer you in your language that you feel comfortable with to fully understand the whole technology behind.
I can say that what is important, and Alfred, thank you very much for mentioning what you just explained now, because what it is important is we have our official publishing site where we make which is where all the official information, documentation, and so on is published. But at the moment, what we looking at is to establish a work group or a discussion groups in the multiple languages, which will also be supported, and specifically our German community or German-speaking community and Spanish-speaking and Romanian-speaking community. They are extremely active, they are extremely contributing, and we are extremely proud of them, because they really, you know, apart from the fact that they are demanding on information, they are really delivering amazing drive behind the project, and they bring fantastic use cases to the table. They bring good possibilities in terms of, we are working on several security tokens currently, specifically coming out of these communities. So make sure that you join these communities, make sure that you be part of it. Follow our official Twitter group or our official social media. I'm not the big expert in it. But in the end, Ockert is our official Twitter platform on the official side. He's the one who tweets, so follow him, but also follow all the other platforms in the local languages or in your mother tongue, and you will enjoy the real, let's say, spirit of the core group, because the people even within themselves start talking. Alfred was mentioning the other day that, you know, sometimes he doesn't have to answer, the community just answer everybody else. So, and that's amazing news to hear. Thank you for your participation, all communities.
Right, so from my side, I would like to thank everyone There was one more question, or there were two more questions. Can you explain what means a hybrid exchange? Please look at the beginning of the stream where I have explained that. And then, can we trade without internet? Yes, you will be able to in the future because we have certain parts. Rastislav will explain that a little bit further. But from my side, I would like to thank everyone for your participation and for watching, and I really appreciate all the support, the amazing comments which were made, the great questions which were asked, and I hope that we answered everyone. And if you have more questions, please do not hesitate to ask us. I am very active on Telegram, and I'm also active on Twitter, so you can ask me directly if you have any questions, and I will get whatever answer that you need. If I cannot answer it myself, I will actually get the correct answers for you. Rastislav.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you also as well, all the communities, everybody. For the last question, can we trade without the internet? Of course, some parts are available to trade without the internet, but you are losing the opportunity like high frequency trading and some other, but you can, for example, swap between core coin and core token, core coin or core token and other fiat currencies, which I explained you before that we are connecting plenty of banks, which the possibility can be there on the blockchain itself, and you don't need for that internet connection. But if you want to the full potential of the exchange, it's better to do it with the internet connection because you will not lose. But if you are without that reach, of course, you can just open our application for a ping, which we are developing, and you can do it even without the internet connection. This is possible. Then I want to thank you also, all of you, all of our communities, all of our developers. You are also supporting us, and also let's see you in our next streaming.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your. If you stayed until now, we're happy to have you around, and thank you for your support. I also want to take this opportunity to really thank our amazing team. They work extremely hard. I can say that, we have amazing people in America, we have amazing people in Europe, and we have amazing people in South Africa. We're starting to build some places in the Far East now, and we have some people in South America. We have amazing people in Australia already starting to join us. So step by step, we are starting to cover the world, and ultimately, we believe that a true decentralized environment will be covering the entire world. So our mining can take place in any country, in any place, in any system. Well, obviously, one has to say where it is legal to mine. So in any legal jurisdiction where we're allowed to mine, this is where we will deploy these devices, these small devices, and that will for surely provide you the necessary security in a truly decentralized environment. This is exactly what the core blockchain is all about, and all the applications that's built on that is built because of that particular security it will offer. And there is no centralized environments. There is no, the idea is that there will be no place where it will be because of particular cheap energy that you would be able to mine in just certain countries or areas. We will have devices everywhere in the world. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time, and we look forward to see you soon. And Alfred, I see you want to say something, so you can close for us. Thank you.
Before Alfred closes, I would just like to say thank you to the team, to the internal team, the developers, the DevOps, the designers, every single person that has taken part. I really want to take the time to appreciate you. You all have worked extremely hard in every single platform. Thank you for that. The public needs to know that we are as strong as our team, and our team is really amazing. They work extremely hard, extremely dedicated. So I really want to take the time to thank every single one of you individually.
Okay, and last but not least, I would really like to thank you all, the supporters, the investors, the people that have been with us from the very beginning and just joined us. I'm really grateful for your support. and carry out the word. If you understood everything, even if you didn't understand everything, and you think it's a great project or believe it's a great project, carry out the word, and let's grow the community, and let's bring it out to the world what we have built here. Thank you so much.